Hey guys, people are reaching out and they're excited and they're talking about getting up early and studying and doing the journal. And it got me thinking the next thing I need to know is what are you doing with the rest of your day? Right? I've said it before, the 1 hour day in the beginning is amazing and it's a mandatory, right? And one thing that happens in the beginning is we're still living our normal lives that we've been living, right? You have a job or whatever it is that you're doing, or you're going to school, or right. And so you haven't. What are you doing the rest of the day? Right? You got up and did this gratitude, and then you got up, you wrote out your goals. You did your gratitude, then you released some pattern, and then you did your forgiveness, and then you did your 6 action steps. And then after that, for the other, say 15 hours you're up, what are you doing in that time? Now listen to me really closely. If you went to school for 8 hours or 7 hours or 6 hours or however long your school is, or you went to work for 8 hours, but you had an hour drive to work and an hour home, there's 10 hours. That other 15 hours or that other 5 hours, what are you doing? Are you aware of the gratitude that you sent out in the morning? Are you doing your action steps? Are you letting your mind wander? Right? These are all things you really need to focus on and make habits, right? I am constantly checking in on myself. I do it probably every hour, right? I'm leading a team of people. How is that going? How am I doing? When things in the business, things aren't working out and things come to me, how am I responding? What am I doing? Right? When things aren't going perfectly, how am I reacting? Am I letting those, resorting back to my old habits? I'm not, because I've been doing this for so long that my habits, right? Sure, something happens and it gets to negative, right? But it's extremely short, right? I pause, I time out, I get out in the sun, I do whatever it takes, calm my thoughts, think about a plan, and I envision the goal that I have. What am I working on, right? My end goal, what is that? Here we go. Now I'm into responding mode, right? Then I can communicate with the team. I can communicate with my friends. I can communicate with my wife. I can communicate with my children, whoever it is that I'm trying to communicate with about whatever happened, right? And I'm present and I'm thinking and I'm responding. I'm not reacting. As your mind's wandering in the day, right? Because in the beginning, you're only doing an hour, right? And so you did your hour and then you go on your day. And then once you get out of school or your job or whatever, and you're right, what are you doing with the rest of your time? This is where you need to start thinking about another source of income. What can you possibly do to create more money? Do you need to have a garage sale? Do you need to write that book that you've been wanting to write? Do you need to invest some money? Do you need to, whatever little bit of information you have that you feel kind of comfortable about, right? Do you need to keep studying more on that to get to where you can start investing money and feel good about what you're investing and have some knowledge on and understanding of what you're doing? Or writing a book? You need to get a hold of a publisher and ask, how would I self-publish? Or how do you, right? These are the kind of things I'm wanting you to be doing, so that you're not in the program and your mind's wandering, right? I'm not saying quit your job right in the beginning. I'm not saying don't go to school. Those things are going to happen, but after that, it's really important, right? I want you turning your radio off and only listen to the good informational videos in your car, right? You can get a 4-year degree doing this in 2 years. If you have an hour drive to work or an hour drive to school or an hour drive one way anywhere, and you're listening to good videos, that's 2 hours a day, right? You're gonna have a really good degree in that one subject in 2 years. You just turned your car or your truck or whatever your vehicle is into a university for free. Doesn't cost you a nickel. Let that sink in. You need to understand how profound that is. If you're only listening to one subject, right? Obviously, at school, you're doing multiple subjects, right? So you're doing an hour in each subject, right? And that takes 4 years. Well, you're doing 2 hours a day on one subject, right? That just cut your 4-year degree in 2 years. And you're doing it while you have a job or while you're doing whatever else it is you're doing. You're getting that degree. Pretty soon you're a master in that area. You have so much information. Now you just got to gather it together and start helping people with it, right? You want to be around the 3%, this is what the 3% are doing, right? There's no competition when you get out of the competitive mode of society and you get into the creative mode. And once you start feeling like you deserve because you've studied so much and you know so much, right? The sky's the limit, right? You'll go walk into a job interview and you'll be interviewing them because you know more information than the person who's interviewing you, right? You won't walk in there timid. You won't walk in there feeling scared. You're going to walk in there knowing I'm the person for the job. And I'm going straight to the top because I'm an action taker and I devour information, but I don't just devour it, I take action on it. Get this degree in your car. Make this a habit. I should have just make a video just on that one thing, but this is a university. You can get a 4-year degree in 2 years. You can get a master's in 4 years instead of 8 or 12, right? I'm telling you guys, this stuff, and it's free. We don't need, I don't know, you make the decision. Some things you do need to go to school for. If you're going to be a lawyer, there's things you need to know. If you're going to be a dentist, you have to actually, right? A doctor, right? But if you're wanting to be a psychologist, a therapist, a counselor, a new thought leader, you can get all of this by reading and studying in a short period of time and be one of the best in the world in a very short time and for free. Please let that sink in. Don't go get these loans on things that you don't need to get a loan for. Don't go to school for things you don't need to go to school for. You can get a mentor and spend 1/4 of the money of a 4-year college and 10x your results. I promise you. Reach out, ask questions. Have a great day. Bye.